The Good Karma Tarot is meant to provide truth, kindness, and hope. That is the entire reason that it's even called the Good Karma Tarot. It encourages us to be a source of light in a shady world, to extract wisdom and optimism from hardship and challenge. This is more than a tarot philosophy. It's a nice way to live. I got the Good Karma Tarot about 2 years ago and I have used it consistently ever since. The art style reminds me of like a vector art. I think it's really bright, I think the colors are really bold and fun, and it's very energetic and gentle to work with this deck. Hi, my name is Ruby and it's my goal to help you make better purchasing decisions through my tarot chats and deck reviews. Today we are in a lovely big garden because I just thought that this energy embraces what the Good Karma Tarot means to me. When I picked this deck up about 2 years ago, I was initially attracted by the name Good Karma Tarot. It just sounded like a deck that would bring positivity, that would bring gentle readings, that would tell me what I needed to know, but not necessarily punch me in the gut. Then I looked at the artwork. Again, very bold, bright, and those are the kinds of artworks, the kind of decks that I am very attracted to. It's definitely one of those modern type decks, and you can tell that by the artwork as well as by their interpretations of some of the cards that have a more modern look to them. It's also more inclusive, more diverse. We see a little bit more body diversity, we see some ethnical diversity, not a whole lot of age diversity though, but I find this a really wonderful deck to read with for basically anybody. I once got the question of whether I use this deck for clients because they thought maybe it looks a little bit childish. I definitely disagree. I do not think that the Good Karma Tarot looks childish. I think it looks very comforting actually, and actually had very positive responses from clients that I used this deck for. And then you look at the backs of these cards. They are bright yellow. I absolutely love them so much. And I can just pull this deck for any type of reading. I pull this for personal readings, I pull this for client readings. I really like and enjoy this deck for love and friendship readings because it just has that type of energy that it's good with connections, picking up on connections and building your own connection with it. Now in the guidebook you get a really good beginner's guide to tarot, which is specifically geared for personal guidance and self-development. Starting out we get a little bit of an introduction of what we can find in the book, the way that it is structured, a little bit of a history on tarot, and then also some beginner information, what tarot can do for you, debunking myths, and getting started with your deck. And then very quickly we go into the card meanings, starting with the major arcana. For every card of the major arcana we get the image on the left page and then a very detailed interpretation on the right page. What I personally really like to see is if we can get some keywords to go along with an interpretation, because I feel like it's easier to get a meaning from the cards through keywords than just an interpretation where you have to sort of read between the lines. If you're new to tarot, that can be a little bit challenging. So having keywords or both keywords and an interpretation, that is like a plus in my book. And it also comes with a good karma tip for every card. After the major arcana, we go into the minor arcana where we have one page for a card, and again we see some affirmations, we see interpretation and a good karma tip. Even though we're not getting keywords, I do like the interpretations in this guidebook, and it also talks a little bit about the original RWS image for that specific card. After all of the card meanings, you get a section about actually working with your deck, specifically the spreads that they include, and most of these I find to be actually practical, like a week ahead spread, a birthday or a new year reading. Personally, I'm not really a fan of like a future love soulmate spread, but it is in here. I have really enjoyed doing the career pathways reading, and I appreciate the self-development, self-improvement angle for the understanding myself through the tarot spread. And then what I also really appreciate in this guidebook is that it has the art of storytelling in tarot, which is one of the parts of reading the tarot that I think many people struggle with, and it is how to actually interpret interpret the cards in your reading. Now, I have an entire video on this that I'll link at the end of this video, but in the guidebook it comes with a couple of tips to actually do that. So when you pull the cards and you read the interpretation, or you have your set keywords, how you can actually string it all together in a cohesive reading. So my final review of the Good Karma Tarot is that I highly recommend it. Actually, it is one of my favorite decks to recommend for beginners because I think the images are very approachable. I think the guidebook makes reading the tarot extremely approachable and very beginner friendly. Also, just the backs, the color on the backs here, they makes me happy, makes me feel excited. This is actually my parents-in-law's place, and this is one of the only 2 tarot decks that I brought with me to read for myself. So I think that says something, that for the 2 weeks that I'm here, this is one of the 2 decks that I brought with me. And so far, actually, all of my readings that I've done here have been with the Good Karma Tarot. So do with that what you will. Of course, I do recommend this deck for non-beginners as well, as long as you're interested in the artwork, if you like the idea of a good karma, like a positivity, self-development, self-improvement, add more positivity and gentleness to your life and your readings type of style. If you like that, then this might be for you. If you enjoyed my review of the Good Karma Tarot, I recommend you watch this video next. In this, I share how I interpret the cards, how I teach it actually in my paid course, so you get a little bit of a free snippet there. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more deck reviews, tarot chats, all that fun stuff. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!